Today is a fun day. Today we're going to Auntie V's house in Musami's. Musami.
Musami shopping center now.
Now we're heading to Musami shopping center now. So look at the kids. I want to buy some sweets for the kids. I know she has grandchildren and just like these kids, but I think they are more grown up. Look at the kids there. Ooh. This is the village Musami. Welcome to Mobeyarara.
This is Musami shopping center. This was a scene of huge wars in the past.
In the past?
78, 79.
Alright.
Yeah, when I was a young kid. If these poles could talk when the electrical power lines and these trees could tell history, they would probably say a lot. These bigger trees, they probably were there then.
Oh yeah, the big one.
This one.
Yeah. Oh, chicken. So that's the hall. Yes. What's the name of that hall?
Shitopi Hall.
Shitopi Hall.
Yeah. Independence celebrations were done here in the early 80s. But also government programs and meetings also done
held there. Okay.
Yeah, it has been used for different things. Ever since I was young, that hall has always been there.
Close.
Problem is that people are buying some of these places. This used to be the land for the hall. But now you can see somebody seems to be. I think I'm lost.
Because it's closed there.
This whole place used to be realistically was not occupied by anyone in use or anything, but now I think people are slowly taking over some pieces.
So this hall, since you're young?
Yeah, there were no buildings here except this hall. It was like on a separate piece of land on its own, largely.
Okay.
Yeah. Headman
Wow, it's a historical
it wasn't
building.
Really, you can see the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows a lot of history. Now people are building behind it, just on it. Yeah. It was a government property. It wasn't, but obviously over time government can sort of leave their properties unoccupied, and community can take off and do whatever they want with it.
Oh, look at this, they're putting bricks.
Yeah, they don't want people to go through there because now they are trying to claim the place is theirs. So that maybe somebody has sold it to them. This is We're going to where my father originally comes from. Since the 1978 or so, there's never been a road on this place. So it's like about 5 kilometers. So the people who live where we are going, if they need to come to the shops like these ones, because there are no shops there pretty much. It's like they live in the outback. If you are in Australia, you would probably call it outback, or in the bush. And so they use this path to get home. Pretty much nothing they can do to get home faster. They have to use this path on donkeys or on cattle, carts, whatever.
It's like a footpath.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fact that they are so isolated makes it very difficult for them to develop. Because, for example, if you want to buy any materials to build a bigger and better house, you have to find somebody who is willing to carry your materials all the way from there through this jungle, pretty much this type of road. This road is not accessible during the rainy season. As you can see, it becomes very wet. It's kind of, parts of it is kind of marshland. So
it's like a game park.
Yeah, it's like a game park. So it's like you're going into a game park. But yeah, it's really difficult for people here because telephone services are very restricted. Access to telephone communication here is very restricted because when you try to call from here, the network is not good. It's not good at all. So they live near that rock there, but to the west of that rock, that's where they live. So as you can see, this bumpy path is the only way in and out of this location. So there is it becomes bigger as you go down this road. And there is a school. There's only one school here for kids. I'll show you the school. It's called Zorizozo. An old primary school, which has been there for many, many years. Yeah. It's very difficult for people here. There's no electricity, there's no cell phone communication, it's not very good. TV, radio communication. Radio is a little bit better, but it's like on outback. So recently the government has just decided to bring electricity to the school, which is down there, which is like a purely outback school, because otherwise the kids wouldn't know electricity here. So yeah, we'll finish the rest of the journey on foot to get to my father's place. It's called Musami. We are in Musami. This path leads to us to the school called Zorizozo. This road has been popularized because many people live down here. It's near the river, but certainly it's very, very difficult for many people to access. But yeah, it has been my home part of my life when my father was still living here before he moved up to close to the main road there. But a large majority of our clan members or family members, part of the clan, they still live here. And I can feel the car complaining there. Yeah. So it's kind of the back of the world. It's not very far away from Harare, incidentally. But the reality is that it's very far in terms of access. Sometimes people here don't even vote. Because when it's rainy season, they can't access the main shops there. Even people with cars, this road becomes inaccessible. There's a small river there, it gets to flood. So kids, can't do much. They can't go to school as well, because most of the kids come from across the river, which will go.
Is that Zorizozo?
Zorizozo, that's the primary school. So the government has just has just installed electricity here after a really long time. Because ever since I grew up, I knew that school has always been there. It was one of the poorest schools in this. It's the only school actually, like I said. So this is primary school. Yeah. So now, fortunately, I think this guy is trying hard to popularize this road and reach his home. difficult road. Yeah, it's mostly road use during the dry season. So it's a seasonal road, if I can say that. So going to my auntie's place. She lives down there. Sometimes if you come during the summer season, it's difficult to find the house.
Why?
Because of these trees, and the grass grows very tall. And so you have to be very careful to try and identify the house. Otherwise you run past it quite easily. It's not very close to the road. It's some steps, some meters away. But equally very difficult to spot. It's a hot climate. These are the indigenous Musasa trees. Very, very adapted to this environment. They are very adapted to this environment. They can deal with the heat that the hot climate here in the summer, and it also gets very rainy, very wet during the. It rains very well, but also gets very wet during the summer. So these guys are coming from the shops where we turned off the main road there. So he's just going to buy a mealie meal. So you can see that's more than a half a day's walk if he's going further down than where my auntie lives. I think my auntie lives there.